Welcome. Today we will analyze the Ambassadors by Hans Holbein the Younger. It was made in 1533 and you can admire it at the National Gallery in London. This may appear as a simple portrait of two men, but it is a complex and fascinating painting that is rich in symbolism and historical context. Analysis of an artwork is as much about knowledge of history, and this painting is the proof. Holbein was a German artist who painted many notable figures of the royal court. He was also the official painter to King Henry VIII. In the same year that he made this painting, the king had a dispute with the Pope over the Church's refusal to grant him a divorce from his first wife. The king not only went ahead and divorced his wife, but he also divorced the Pope, eventually establishing himself as the head of the Church of England. The king's drastic actions in breaking away from the Church damaged Europe's political and religious order, which was already unstable. In many ways, the Ambassadors reflects this conflict, and it provides a good glimpse into the world of the Renaissance. The man on the left is Jean de Dinterville, the French ambassador to England, who probably commissioned the painting. He was sent to England to report back to Catholic France about the goings-on of the English court. Basically, he had to keep an eye on the king to make sure he didn't misbehave. Obviously it was not going very well, as the king was in fact creating a big problem with the Church and Europe. The man standing on the right is his friend Georges de Selve, a French bishop and also an ambassador. De Selve had spent much of his career trying to reunify the Catholic Church. He may have been in London on similar business, as the king had just broken away from the Church. So, these two ambassadors found themselves in a helpless position, witnessing events unfold that they were unable to influence. In this painting there is a significant amount of detail, which symbolizes King Henry VIII's break from the Catholic Church, and that historical period in general. By analyzing this painting, we can understand a lot about the Renaissance world and society. Let's start from the top left. Can you see the hidden crucifix? It probably represents the division of the Church. The trendy curtain is a reminder of the intense trade that happened at the time in Europe. On Jean de Dinterville's dagger, we can see an inscription that indicates his age, 29 years old. We can also see a similar inscription on the book under Georges' arm, who is 25 years old. Though they appear vital and young, these inscriptions remind them of their inescapable mortality. Death was in fact a common theme during the Renaissance. On the table between them, there is a variety of objects, ranging from artistic to scientific. This is a celestial globe, then we have a shepherd's dial, an equinoctial dial, a quadrant, a polyhedral sundial, a torquetum, and the book. These are mathematical devices to measure the sunlight and other astronomical details of the sky, and they represent the celestial world. The bottom shelf, instead, indicates earthly pursuits. On the left there is another globe, but this is a terrestrial one. Then, there is an arithmetic book with what appears to be a wooden set square bookmarked in it. The tool in the middle is a metal compass. To the right is a large lute, and if we look at it closely one of its strings is snapped. Next to it there are several flutes, and this is Luther's hymn book. Underneath the table there appears to be a larger lute lying with its soundboard facing down. All these objects tell us a lot about the discoveries and evolutions that happened during the Renaissance. The marble floor is a tiled mosaic, which was modeled after the so-called Cosmete pavement in Westminster Abbey. You may have now noticed the strangest and mostly unrecognizable object. This is known as the anamorphic skull. When viewing the image normally from the front, we only see an elongated shape, but the skull can be viewed by standing at an angle near the lower right of the painting. If you are lucky enough to see this painting in real life, make sure you look at it from this angle to see the skull. This skull is an example of memento mori, a Latin phrase meaning, remember that you must die. It serves as a reminder that even the two powerful ambassadors will, one day, die. The Ambassadors is a visual story that depicts wealth and religion in the 16th century in England, and the country's role in the rest of Europe, as well as the transiency of life that we are always faced with. This painting offers incredible insights into the cultural and intellectual climate of the Renaissance. The attention to detail is truly remarkable, and it is clear that it will always be one of the most fascinating and enigmatic paintings in the history of art. So, do you like this painting? Leave a comment.